Hi friends, welcome back to Yoga with Paige. Today we have a 20-minute vinyasa flow, so if you'd like to pause me here to get a few stretches in first, go ahead. Otherwise, we start in staff pose, rolling the shoulders back, finding our length in the spine before walking the fingertips out to the feet. Taking these first few moments to check in with the body. Start noticing the breath, breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe folding a little bit deeper on your next exhale. And raising back up, taking both soles of the feet on the mat, planting the left hand behind, reaching the right arm around to twist. And on the next inhale, reaching around to center, placing both hands behind and shining the chest forward, dropping the head back. Feeling a nice stretch in the neck. And taking the left arm to the outside of the right knee, twisting to the opposite side. Coming back through center, crossing the right ankle over the left knee, finding our foundation before walking the hands out. Maybe elbows come onto the mat. Maybe the forehead does. Feeling a nice stretch in the lower back, the upper shoulders, the outer hips. Gently walking the fingertips back to center and switching sides. Maybe finding a gentle sway here, finding some mobility. And on the next inhale, exhale, and reach out with the fingertips as much as you can. Really feeling it in the outer hips. Preparing for this flow. Lifting the head and the chest, coming back through center, rolling over the knees or finding your way to tabletop position. Keeping shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Starting to move with the breath here, you know how to do this. Dropping the belly on the inhale, rounding through the back on the exhale. Starting to move with the breath, maybe pick up a little bit of speed, warming up the spine, warming up the wrists, grounding through the tops of the feet, clawing through the fingers. Coming back to tabletop position, tucking the toes and lifting the hips for downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. Stretching out the hamstrings, the calves, clawing through the left fingers, raising the right hand to reach around, grabbing the outside of the left ankle, looking underneath the shoulder, coming back through center, reaching to grab the right ankle, coming back through center, grounding through the left foot, raising the right, three-legged dog, tucking the knee into the chest, planting the foot in between the hands, raising up to warrior one. Nice big inhale, and on the exhale, open to warrior two. Legs strong, arms strong. We reach forward and back, peaceful warrior. And windmill the arms around, the elbow rests on the knee, extended side angle. On the next exhale, we plant the right hand on the inside of the foot and reach over the head, straightening the arm, pointing the fingers at the ceiling, using the core to take the right foot to the back, side plank, Nice and strong here, lifting the hips, bending the top leg, pointing the knee at the ceiling, and coming back to side plank before windmilling around to plank. Hold strong, take a vinyasa. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, rolling over the toes into downward dog. Pedal it out. Grounding through the right foot, lifting the left, three-legged dog. Tucking the knee into the chest, planting the foot, warrior one. Arms nice and strong. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Checking foot alignment. And peaceful warrior. Extended side angle, reaching with the right arm. Planting the left hand on the inside of the foot. Finding a nice long line from fingers to toe. Before coming into side plank. Stacking the feet or keeping the feet on the mat. Maybe raising the right leg to point the knee towards the ceiling, testing our balance. And coming back into side plank before coming around to plank. Taking a vinyasa here, we meet in downward facing dog for some spinal rolls. Get the juices a-movin'. Meet in downward facing dog, and we lift the heels, round the back, shifting the weight forward. Then we bend the knees, drop the belly back into downward facing dog. Moving with the breath like an ocean wave, each vertebra at a time, ending in downward facing dog. Walking the feet up to meet the hands. Halfway lift and forward fold. Keeping the knees bent, roll the back up to mountain pose. And at the front of the mat, I'll turn to the side so you can see me. Shifting the weight onto the left foot, opening for tree. Inhaling the arms above the head. Bringing the shoulders down, clasping the elbow, leaning to the right side. Coming back through center, leaning to the left. Feeling a stretch in the rib cage. Releasing the hands back down to the sides, grabbing onto the right big toe. Opening the leg out straight next to you, keeping hips square. Bending the knee, placing the ankle on top of the left knee, coming into standing figure four. Finding our balance, taking a nice deep breath, keeping the chest lifted to get a deeper stretch. And straightening the left leg, taking the right ankle behind for a nice quad stretch. Opening through the collarbones, bringing the shoulder blades together, the elbows together. Inhaling and exhaling to gently release. Shake it all out, wiggle the legs. And inhale to pick up the left foot, finding our balance for tree. Inhaling the arms above the head, exhaling to come into cactus. Inhaling above the head, exhale to cactus. Big inhale and exhale. Releasing the arms, grabbing hold of the left big toe, straightening the leg to the side. Nice strong arms. And bending the knee, coming into standing figure four. Inhaling, hands to heart, maybe closing the eyes for an extra challenge. And straightening the right leg, taking the ankle behind the back. Widening through the chest. Taking nice deep breaths. And gently releasing the leg for some wiggle time, wiggle time. Inhale, hands to heart center. Holding here in mountain pose, noticing how we feel. And exhaling to fold over, letting the head hang. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, taking a vinyasa. Upward facing dog or cobra, yogi's choice. Rolling over the toes to downward facing dog. Three-legged dog on the right side, taking the knee through the chest, planting the foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two, nice and strong. Inhale, reach forward and back, peaceful warrior. Windmill the arms around, extended side angle. Planting the right hand on the inside of the foot. And this time, instead of coming into side plank, we are coming into a half moon. Finding our balance. Using our core, firming through the legs. And on an exhale, stepping back into warrior two. Inhale, reach forward and back, peaceful warrior. And exhale to windmill the arms around, coming into a high lunge, rocking on the toes. And coming into plank, taking a vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. Raising the left leg, three-legged dog. Taking the knee through the chest, planting the foot. Inhale, warrior one, high lunge, Exhale, warrior two. Reach forward and back. Windmill around, extended side angle. Planting the left hand on the inside of the foot. Raising up onto the fingertips, coming into half moon. Finding our balance here, maybe using a wall for help. Lifting the chest and stepping it back into warrior two on an exhale. Inhale, peaceful warrior. And exhale, windmill the arms around, framing the foot, rocking on that back foot before coming into plank and taking a vinyasa. Inhale, shine the heart forward, firming through the legs and coming into downward facing dog. Raising the right leg and bending at the knee to open the hips, gazing underneath the armpit. Coming into three-legged dog, taking that knee and shin onto the mat, coming into pigeon. Finding what feels good here. Inhale, lifting the chest, and exhale to fold over the knee. Catching a wave, moving with the breath. Inhale, up, and exhale, fold over. And on the next exhale, we bring forehead to mat. Palms come beneath the shoulders, sleeping pigeon. Taking one deep inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, pressing through the hands, lifting the head and the heart center. Shifting the weight onto the sit bones. Keeping the left leg straight, reaching over with the right arm. Feeling a nice stretch in the side body. And windmilling that arm around, coming back into pigeon, sending that right leg back to meet the left, coming into downward facing dog. Raising the left leg, bending at the knee, stacking the hips, gazing under the armpit. Straightening the leg back out before taking the knee and shin onto the mat for pigeon. Inhaling, catching a wave, and taking it with you. moving with the breath for a few rounds. And on the next exhale, letting the forehead release to the mat, hands come below the shoulders. Taking a nice deep breath and lifting the head and chest, reaching over the right leg with the left arm, maybe grabbing onto the toes. Windmilling the arm around to face the front of the mat, taking the left leg back to meet the right, still on the knees, sending the hips back for child's pose. Opening the knees wide, melting the heart into the mat, keeping both big toes together. Coming back to our breath, noticing the difference between now and how we started. Walking the fingertips out, lifting the chest, bringing the knees together for puppy pose. Taking nice deep breaths, maybe lifting the feet, crossing at the ankles. And bringing them back down. Lifting the chest, coming onto the belly and the elbows for Sphinx Pose. Bending the left leg at the knee, reaching back with the left arm to grab the ankle. Half bow. Gently releasing, grabbing the other side. Gently releasing that leg. And bow pose will be the last pose in today's practice. Taking both of the ankles, reaching up, using that opposition to lift the heart, the chest, balancing on the pelvis. And gently releasing, pressing up onto the hands, the feet for plank, and downward facing dog, coming onto the knees, sitting back on the sit bones. And that's it for today's Vinyasa practice. Like, comment if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.